So a little over a year ago, I made a video talking about the merger of Funimation and Crunchyroll, back when I actually made way more anime content on the channel. It was something of a big deal. Sony had made the decision to roll all of the Funimation library into one glorious package and made it clear in no uncertain terms that Funimation was over. It was all about Crunchyroll now. At the time, there was a lot of speculation as to the future of the anime industry, especially considering that the merger was to take place over the course of several months. Titles that were being ported to the Crunchyroll website were still censored broadcast versions and not the home video releases, and we were left a little skeptical about how future physical releases on Blu-ray were going to be handled. Were they still going to be distributed by the Funimation distributors, or how was all of that going to work? We were all too aware of Sony's incompetence when it came to the censoring of video games, and we were sure that that same level of ignorance was going to make its way somehow into our anime. Well, it's been a little over a year, and the dust has sort of settled, and really not much has changed. The Crunchyroll Awards are still a thing and still stupid. We finally have somewhat decent Blu-ray releases that are miles above the technical catastrophes that Funimation was getting pressed, and even the English dubs seem to be better. So, why is Funimation still a thing? When the announcement went out March 1st of last year that the Funimation library was being moved to Crunchyroll, it was heavily implied that Funimation was over. All of your anime streaming was going to be at Crunchyroll. The continuing shows would finish up and then eventually make their way to a new home. As a recap, here's the Funimation blog from last March that says, Funimation content moving to Crunchyroll for world's largest anime library. Huge news! Anime just powered up. Funimation, which serves millions of anime fans in over 52 countries and 10 languages, will be unifying under the Crunchyroll brand. This move will include Funimation's subsidiary Wakanim, as well as Crunchyroll's VRV, to create one subscription service for our anime fans worldwide. What does this mean? As if we didn't already know. This means all of your anime, all on one platform. Starting today, tons of shows and movies from Funimation and Wakanim will be arriving on Crunchyroll, so you'll get more dubs, more subs, and more of everything you've come to love. This means that new anime series in the upcoming spring season, the biggest on record, stay tuned, and beyond, will only stream on Crunchyroll. And I just want to point out that the only is in bold, which means that you'll want to move to a Crunchyroll account as soon as possible. That's why now, as we welcome to the new Crunchyroll family, Funimation, Wakanim, and VRV subscribers get a special deal, blah, 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 and a whole bunch more blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna lie, I, along with thousands of others, saw no real reason to have a Funimation account if it was all going to move, so I did smart thing, and I canceled my Funimation membership. We were full sail for Crunchyroll, come what may. After a year, Funimation is still a thing, and apparently including their subscription service. I made it all the way to the sign-up section for the free trial, and at no point was I redirected to Crunchyroll for a subscription. So, if anyone knows for sure if the subscriptions are still legit, if they're still a thing, you can let me know in the comments if you still have one. However, aside from that, I think the most baffling thing is the fact that this site is still up and operating. Oh, sure, the first thing you see upon arrival is a giant banner advertising Crunchyroll, and at first glance, it doesn't seem as if there's any new content being added to the site, except for some reason, One Piece is still getting updated. Yes, One Piece on Funimation. On Funimation, One Piece. No joke. The March 1st blog made it pretty clear that we need to switch to Crunchyroll. The entire library was supposed to be migrated, merged, if you will. So why is it after a year, this website still exists? Is it a matter of Sony just being lazy? I honestly am baffled by all of this. It's like planning a funeral and then never actually getting past the funeral services to the actual burial. And the lid is still open on the coffin a year later, and we've already moved on to the next big crap show. In the broad scheme of things, it really doesn't matter to me if the site stays up or not. But if subscriptions are still happening and no new content aside from maybe a smattering of One Piece, maybe a few other shows are being tacked on, then it seems a little dishonest about that whole affair. Or maybe Sony's milking that dead cow for as long as possible. Who really knows? But I am curious if anyone still has an active Funimation account or a subscription. Maybe there's a good reason for all of this, but really, I doubt it. Let me know in the comments if you've moved on or if you still somehow magically stick around. That's it for this video, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. If you're new, consider subscribing. Be sure to catch my live streams where I stream video games almost every day, both here and over on Twitch. It's legit internet cringeworthy. Have an amazing day. Keep being awesome, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.